Welterweights for you now. Gordon Slaveski versus Jafar Fort. The numbers presented by Ball Boys.
Okay, Fort with a slight 2-inch height advantage as well as a 3-inch reach advantage. And if that's enough of a reach, you better hope it is, because you know Gogo's coming in to throw bombs. Fort's got to stay outside, stay long, make him pay for trying to get inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by Ball Boys, natural skin care formulated by athletes for athletes. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 166 pounds even. His BKFC record stands at 3 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of St. Pete, Florida, by way of Stamford, Connecticut, here is Jafar Fort Knox. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and silver. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 165.8 pounds. His overall BKFC record stands at 6 victories opposite a single defeat. He is the former BKFC World Welterweight Champion, fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Chicago, Illinois, and Skopje, Macedonia. Here is Gordon Go-Go Slaveski. And our referee in charge of the action, Sam Burgos.
Gordon Slaveski said, I will definitely take one punch to get to the inside to land 2 of my own.
All right, knuckle up.
Goal of knuckle up from Sam Burgos, round number 1. Black and silver trunks for the Macedonian, Gordon Slaveski. Black trunks for the American from Florida, Jafar Fort. Heavy into the inside comes Slaveski on the overhook. Good separation from Sam Burgos. Jab, double jab, right back, overhand left. Big switch to the inside from Slaveski. Slaveski on the clinch, half-tied, plumb defensively though from Fort. On the turn, Fort turning on the right hand. Huge right hand from Fort, turn right back from Slaveski. That was slick. Slaveski now to the head, Fort looking to counter. Big shots on the inside, the left hand drops Jafar Fort.
And what a pace. Wow, these guys are going at it. Both guys throwing nothing but power shots. And this is not what Fort wants to do. He wants to stick and move. He doesn't want to get caught in a firefight.
Fort told us as much. I cannot allow Slaveski to pull me into a brawl. It's a brawling pace right now. Slaveski can be knockdown number 2.
Fort has got to be smart. He can't continue to fight his opponent's fight.
Mandatory 8 given to Fort from Burgos.
But look, Fort trying to come right after his opponent. That's not what he needs to do. He needs to stick and move.
2-0 on the knockdown count in favor of the Macedonian. Gordon Slaveski making 3-0 Slaveski on the knockdown count.
I didn't think they'd count that. It looked like he was a hip check, whatever.
7. Hey, you gotta show me something.
The left hand getting through from Slaveski. Slaveski literally exploding into the pocket. Heavy physical pressure from Slaveski. Big left hands, left hand number 4. We are done. Gordon Slaveski now 7-1, just like that in BKFC.
Did exactly what he said, coming in, throwing bombs the entire time. Fort obliged him. Continue to fight, not his pace, his opponent's pace. You cannot do that against Gogo. He's too powerful, too strong, and he lands too hard of punches.
Go back to our fighter meeting. Chris Gordon Slaveski said, I want this at a very high pace. I want to always be first, and I want to be rugged on the inside. Check, check, and check.
I love the intensity. Congratulations. When you knock him down.
Landed at will. Fort wanted to stay long. He wasn't able to. He wanted to stay outside. He wasn't able to. That pace, that pressure being applied was just too much. And just look at that, just manhandling, throwing hard shots. Like I said, he was just a couple hard shots on the inside.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of the action, Sam Burgos, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute 34 seconds, round number 1. For your winner by TKO, Goran Go Slavkovsky.
Jafar Fort is a very talented fighter. He entered 3-1 in BKFC, but Fort simply no answers in this fight. Goran Slavkovsky, power, precision, and pressure. 4 knockdowns in round 1 to the finish. With emphasis, the winner by way of round 1 TKO, Goran Slavkovsky defeats Jafar Fort.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Thursday, June 4th, it's BKFC Fight Night Hollywood. In the main event, the popular bare knuckle fighting OG Julian Lane meets the rising force known as Bryce Henry. Experience versus a warrior who hasn't tasted defeat. In the co-main event, the 7-1 Gogo Slavkovsky looks to keep his momentum alive when he fights the relentless Johnny Tello. It's the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Watch the raw, unfiltered combat live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Our main event tale of the tape presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. In the middleweight division, Bryce Henry versus Roderick Stewart.
And usually Bryce Henry a huge reach advantage. Not tonight, 1 inch. He does have a 3-inch height advantage. However, Roderick Stewart, bigger hands. Let's see if that makes a difference in this fight.
From the sold-out Horseshoe Hammond Casino. And for the very first time in the great state of Indiana, fight fans of Hammond, let's knuckle up! Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black trimmed in blue and orange. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 169.2 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 2 victories, opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Abilene, Texas, here is Roderick Icewater Stewart. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears blue trimmed in white and yellow. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall. His official weight, an even 169 pounds. Inside the BKFC squared circle, he is undefeated at 5-0. Fighting out of Broward County, Florida. Here is the undefeated Bryce Baba Yaga Henry.
Roderick Stewart told us in our fighter meeting very candidly, I know that I cannot outstrike Bryce Henry over 5 rounds, therefore I have to knock him out. Round number 1. Blue and white trunks for Bryce Henry, black and red trunks for Roderick Stewart. Swing and a miss with the lead left hook for Stewart. Fast jab for Bryce Henry to the inside. And Chancery, that hits the separation from Andrew Glad. Feint from Henry, swing and a miss from Stewart.
But that's what Stewart needs to do. He needs to get in and try and get off first, land a powerful shot. He can't just sit there and wait to counter.
Left hand not landing fully. 3 back to the outside, back to the up jab, now a jab to the body from Bryce Henry. Oh, wow. To the head. Stewart coming forward, talking to Bryce Henry, downward 2. There's the entry from Roderick Stewart, inactive clinch. Right back to it from Andrew Glenn.
Stewart wants to show he's a bigger, stronger fighter. Walking through some punches, but he has to get in and start throwing.
Fair swing and a miss from Bryce Henry to the inside. 65 seconds remaining, round number 1. Here in the middleweight division, this is our main event. Back to the jab for Henry, and nailed it too. That was hard. Stewart shakes his head no.
Stewart just walking through these shots.
Big right hand again from Bryce Henry. And Stewart walks through it.
That's just that elusiveness that Henry possesses. He's doing a good job of not taking clean shots.
That's jab again, hard right to the body from Henry. See that high, tight striking guard of Roderick Stewart. Swing and miss again from Stewart, coming forward aggressively. The grip up from Henry gets the separation from Andrew Glenn. 25 seconds remaining, round 1. 3-punch combination for Henry.
I thought this would be an interesting fight because both these guys very tall, very rangy.
Henry is showcasing hand speed of a 35er, and we're in the middleweight division.
That's why he's been so successful. That speed, that accuracy, different level.
That's jabs, the delay off the second jab, and down goes Roderick Stewart.
And he hit Roderick in the eye. He's having trouble seeing delayed reaction. I don't know if he's getting up, Sean.
The count of 8. Up at 8 is Roderick Stewart, somewhat theatrically. And that is round number 1.
And that came out of nowhere. And that surprised me the way Roderick jumped up at the end. I thought he was done.
It was a delay off of the second jab.
And that's the kind of power and precision that Henry has. Those jabs can be devastating. We've seen it with him before. Ah, look at this, John. They're playing chess in between.
Cool as you like is Bryce Henry.
He always has something interesting in between rounds. And here's that jab right in the eye. Delayed reaction. Stewart knew he had to take a knee or he was going to get knocked out.
Don't stand in front of him. If you stand in front of him, you throw it, baby.
I mean, here's the thing we have to wonder. I mean, does Henry have something? Are they playing chess next round? I mean, or does he just have something for the first round, that's it? Does he think it's going to be over this round?
Very cliched. Fighters always talk about my opponent's playing checkers while I'm playing chess. Bryce Henry was literally playing chess with his outstanding trainer, Ryan Perez, between rounds 1 and 2. To round 2 we go. Double jab from Henry as he is talking to Roderick Stewart.
That's the thing, Henry. Oh,
swing and a miss, left to the body. That lands from Stewart. Right hand, left hand. Left off the mark, and you see the playfulness from Henry.
And this has infuriated Stewart. He's coming after him with everything. That's exactly what he needs to do.
Henry now full-on clowning Roderick Stewart, showing his elusiveness, showing his speed. Jab then the hook with the lead left hand. Jab to the body. This is just remarkable speed from Bryce Henry.
That was some high-level defense, the way he rolled away from that punch.
Jab again.
Henry with a smile on his face. This is a fight you're not supposed to be happy.
There's the left hand getting through from Roderick Stewart. Jab to the body once more from Bryce Henry. Stewart forward to the mid-range. Naked 2 from Henry. Over the head, that gets the separation from Glenn. 50 seconds remaining, round 2. From the center circle forward comes Roderick Stewart. On the double feint from Henry. Jab to the body again. There's the power, and down goes Roderick Stewart. Knockdown number 2 in this fight.
Roderick just didn't see that coming. That was almost a change-up. Look at him. Henry still don't get up. They can't get up.
Oh, up at 9 3/4 theatrically is Roderick Stewart.
He's surprising me every time.
Left hand, right hand. Big shots now from Bryce Henry. Final seconds, round number 2. One-way traffic at the moment. Knockdown number 3.
Is he going to hop up again? Yeah, I think he's going to have a...
9.
No. He says that's it.
Just like that, the dominance continues for Bryce Henry. He is now 6-0 in BKFC.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight comes to an end with our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn, reaching the count of 10. at 1 minute 59 seconds, round number 2. For your winner by KO and still undefeated, your chess master, Bryce Baba Yaga Henry.
All right, Bryce. Here we are again, talking again after a fight. Congratulations, the undefeated streak stays intact. And I think we can just say checkmate with that one. Congratulations.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fans, the new fans, my family, everybody who's out there supporting me. I love y'all. Let's keep on going.
You know, Bryce, honestly, you make it look easy in here. And you stunned him, he got up, but then it was like somebody yelled, finish him, and you put him away. Talk about that finishing sequence. You only had a few seconds to work with, but you were able to put him away.
See, my team, my brother, I knew he was a tough motherfucker, but I knew he would get back up, so I had to chop him down like a tree. That's how we did it.
So listen, everybody wants to know, you want Julian Lane, you want that championship fight. Here is your chance. Make that call out right now, because I think that might be next.
Actually, that's my fucking belt. I got 2 things to do. Take my belt, and all I need is a follow from McGregor, and I did it in life.
There it is, man. Everybody make some noise for this man, Bryce Henry.
Unbelievable performance as usual. This guy just keeps impressing. Quick, fast, accurate. Man, he just looks unstoppable at this point.
With a double jab in round number 1 on the delay, Bryce Henry dropping Roderick Stewart. Henry told us in our fighter meeting, I don't want to finish Stewart in round number 1. I want to wear him down to get the, quote, highlight reel finish in round 2. 2 knockdowns, beautiful right hand to the body, the 10 count, and that's game, set, match. In our main event of the evening, the winner by way of round 2 knockout, Bryce Henry defeats Roderick Stewart.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Thursday, June 4th, it's BKFC Fight Night Hollywood. In the main event, the popular bare knuckle fighting OG Julian Lane meets the rising force known as Bryce Henry. Experience versus a warrior who hasn't tasted defeat. In the co-main event, the 7-1 Gogo Slaveski looks to keep his momentum alive when he fights the relentless Johnny Tello. It's the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Watch the raw, unfiltered combat live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
The numbers presented by Blackout Coffee. For this, our feature fight set for the middleweight division, Sabah Homasi versus Johnny Tello.
And Homasi having a 4-inch height and reach advantage he wants to utilize. He wants to make Tello pay for trying to get in to land those shots.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for our feature fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the middleweight division. Presented to you by Blackout Coffee Company. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 175.8 pounds. His overall bare knuckle fighting record stands at 2 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of Pattaya, Thailand, by way of Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Here is Johnny El Toro Tello. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears white and black. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 175.8 pounds. He is a true MMA veteran of 29 fights and holds an undefeated BKFC record at 1-0. Fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, USA. Here is the undefeated Sabah the Sleek Sheep Homasi. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Johnny Tello told us, I have to establish my counter strikes. I cannot allow Homasi to quickly establish his power punches. Round number 1. White trunks for the American, Sabah Homasi. Black trunks for the Canadian, based in Thailand, Johnny Tello. Big swings immediately from Homasi on the left hand. Got staggered Tello, he resets. Homasi to the mid-range. Hands high and tight for Sabah Homasi. Homasi feigning with the right hand. Big left hand on the inside. On the overhand right. Tello to the body.
Right, no strikes, no strikes.
Right, headlock, reaching around the back. Homasi, that gets the separation from Mergliata.
Homasi just ready to go, raring, trying to come forward immediately.
That is a hard jab from Sabah Homasi. Big shots to the body with the right hand. Swing and a miss with the lead left hook from Tello. Tello on his back foot, Homasi on his front foot.
And jabs were really effective for Homasi.
Hard left hand, overhand right on the step in from Homasi. 70 seconds remaining, round number 1. Overhand right again. Tello playing a lot of defense. Homasi playing all offense.
It's just target practice right now.
Tello trying to find the counters. Tello now coming forward off the left hook. Swing and a miss. Turns 180, the right hand. Third and a half time from big shots. Tello took those exceedingly well. Homasi drilling the right uppercut.
Very impressed with the chin of Tello, who took a lot of hard shots in that time.
Homasi from the center circle. The orthodox stance against the southpaw stance of Tello. Swing and a miss, downward 2 from Homasi. Jab again. Tello continues to awkwardly blink his left eye. It was the jab of Homasi, Chris, early in round 1. Go forward now to the body. Short left hand from Homasi. 10-second clock late here in round number 1 of our feature fight here in the middleweight division. Homasi on the jab again. Right hand, left after the bell, no complaint from Tello, no worries from Dan Mergliata. We move to round 2.
Very tough round for Tello. Showed a lot of toughness and heart just by making it out, especially without going down. I thought he might have got knocked down early in that round, but he definitely got wobbled.
Work on it. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Tello, he's got to start pushing forward. He can't sit there and just be target practice.
Maybe he'll get the swallow down, but right now.
That was the best time he had in that whole round was when he was able to push Homasi backwards, push him against the ropes. There was a good right hand on the turn from Homasi, and then grabbed that half tie plum and just landed a lot of powerful. I mean, there's a lot of hard right hands. Those could have done the damage to the eye. Tello just did a great job of making him do that.
All right, corners out, corners out.
Dan Mergliata is going to bring both fighters up to scratch. Then there will be the medical assessment of Johnny Tello, the Chief Medical Officer of BKFC, Dr. Don Muzzi. Time called by Mergliata. Homasi to a neutral part of the ring. And here's the assessment of Tello's left eye.
Let it go.
Hold the line, gentlemen. Hold the
Medical
line.
clearance. Now both fighters up to scratch.
Ready. Buckle up.
Round 2 underway.
You have to think Tello's got to know that eye's flooded. He better do something very quickly in this fight.
Homasi aggressively to the mid-range. Tello on the outside. Lead left hook. And right not landed from Homasi. Rather from Tello. It did momentarily take Homasi off the striking line. Homasi to the inside, left hand, duck under, swing and a miss.
Homasi's coming with knockout punches. He's trying to finish his fight right now.
Big right hand again from Sabah Homasi. Tello, to his credit, continuing the swing.
No strikes, no strikes.
Ripping up Homasi, getting the separation.
Just see the way Homasi's throwing his opponent around, just a superior strength.
Mouthpiece out. Time called by Dan Mergliata. Mouthpiece in, no histrionics, right back to it.
Buckle up, timing.
We do mouthpieces the MMA way, not the boxing way here in BKFC.
Water, we don't need that.
The mouthpiece back in. Right back to it. Right back to the inside from the overhook for Sabah Homasi. He's landed some massive shots, and to his credit, Johnny Tello has taken some massive shots. The Defense is not a scoring criteria.
Eating punches is not easy.
Big right hand, left hand. Right uppercut, flipping left hand from Homasi. On the inside, big right hand from Homasi. To step out, to step in. Clinical now from Sabah Homasi. 35 seconds remaining, round 2.
Tello just eating those shots and keep fighting. It's amazing.
Tello definitely showing tremendous heart, character, still throwing.
Like that, I mean, he doesn't even seem to be that hurt from those shots.
Sabah Homasi, though, in full control of this fight. Nothing decided yet. Overhand right, left hand. Tello to the inside, left hand, halftime block.
This is Tello's best series, throwing some hard shots in these inside.
Uppercuts to the body with the right hand from Johnny Tello. And Mergliata keeping this fight moving. Tello exploding in with the right hand. We move to round 3.
I'd like to see Homasi in some of those situations throw some uppercuts or maybe try to step out around and go to the body, staying right in front of his opponent, getting hit with these overhands. To get hit with a couple of shots there. If he picks an angle, steps to the side, he can really crush the body of Tello. There's some of these uppercuts he's trying to land. Man, that was a hard right hand landed, and Tello just ate it and kept fighting.
Chris, with those power punches, I think if through 2 rounds, Sabah Homasi would have finished 80% of the middleweights on the BKFC roster.
When he threw and landed those shots, I agree. Tello ate them and just kept coming forward. Problem is, Tello cannot continue to take those shots.
Tello told us, I know the heavy pressure, the heavy punches are coming from Sabah Homasi. I have to keep effectively countering. Round number 3. It's in the step of Tello to start the 3rd round. There's the jab from Homasi. Left hand, right hook to the body from Tello. Cover on the level chain. Left hook, right hand, big left hook. Tello starting to land in the pocket, back to the outside.
Tello landing, but he just doesn't seem to have the power at this point to hurt Homasi.
Mergliata telling Homasi can't legally hit a head chancery or a guillotine. Watch the control of the neck. Step in right hand from Tello.
Well, it doesn't seem he has the power at this point, but you keep landing shots, they add up.
Right hand, there's a clipping left hook from Homasi in reply. Big right hand, left hand mouthpiece out. Time called by Mergliata. Mouthpiece right back in. Twice in this fight, Homasi has punched out Tello's mouthpiece. 70 seconds remaining, round 3. Left hook. Deeper swelling now under Homasi's left eye. Johnny Tello pulling himself back into this fight. Rear right uppercut from Tello now to the clinch chest.
And Homasi looks a little bit tired. I mean, he's thrown so many hard shots, all that takes out of you just by throwing those punches.
Stiff jab, big left hook from Tello. Tello now fully trying to seize the momentum. The forward to the body from Tello on the right hand. Big shots to the inside. Best sequence of the fight for Johnny Tello. From the halftime line, the right hand. Homasi nearly turned his back. Right hand, left hand, swinging in the center of Homasi. Fingers touched, and that is ruled as a knockdown by Dan Mergliata.
Oh, and he goes back down, tired, he's exhausted.
Mandatory 8 count given to Homasi by Mergliata. Closing seconds, round number 3. Tello now fully back in this fight. Tello thinking finish. Final seconds of the 3rd round. Left hook from Homasi. Right hand from Sabah Homasi. This is a phenomenal fight. On the turn, huge left hand, right hand just before the bell. We move to round 4.
And what a turn this fight has taken just in the last 30 seconds of that round. And I'm not sure if Homasi just gassed himself out with those hard shots. I mean, Tello's been using that Homer Simpson syndrome style of fighting just to take a lot of shots and wear your opponent down. But man, it worked in that round. And here's the end of that. Just coming forward is Tello with these hard, powerful shots, body shots, head shots, and really did a lot of damage. I thought for a second they might stop the fight. Maybe when he had his head outside the ropes to Homasi. Every time he thinks they might, Hamasi comes back with his own powerful shots.
Okay, second shot, Joe.
Look at those powerful shots being thrown by Hamasi. Man, those are doing so much damage. But Tello just seems to keep coming forward.
Chris, we do not have real-time open scoring in use tonight here in Dubai, but I am supremely confident in saying that all three judges have it 28-28 through the 3 rounds that have been fought thus far in our feature fight of the evening. Medical timeout, now the medical assessment of Sabah Homasi. Here's the clearance from Dr. Don Mutsi.
Let's see what happens in this round. If Hamasi's able to pick up the pace and land some powerful shots.
Strong rounds 1 and 2 for Sabah Homasi. Johnny Tello dropping Homasi in round 3. Oh, big left hand, overhand right.
And the sport's totally different when you're tired.
Step in with the left hand, Johnny Tello. Right hand again, more big shots to the inside for Tello. Tello on the left hook, right hand.
This is not where Hamasi wants to be. He needs to tie up and make the referee break the fight back up.
From the underhook, nearly a whizzer hit by Homasi. There's a left hand, definitely hit clean to the jaw from Tello. This was one-way traffic for Homasi. Now this is one-way traffic for Johnny Tello. Homasi trying to counter with his back against the ropes. Ferocious shots on the uppercut from Tello. And knockdown number 2.
Hamasi's just gassed, Sean. He has no answer for the pressure, the relentless pressure from Tello at this point. And Tello looks pretty tired now, too.
Uppercut landed, left hook. Rear right uppercut just off the mark. Homasi off the canvas, swinging big. Tello swinging big to the body on the inside. Relentless pressure from Johnny Tello. Tello right hook to the body. On the left hand, clipping left hand, right hand from Homasi.
Go down, go down.
Heavy pressure on the inside from Johnny Tello. Left hand, right uppercut.
Hamasi's just taking too many shots at this point.
Right uppercut again. Cam Rugliata taking a really close look.
As he should. I mean, Hamasi can't even get his hands up at this point.
Right hand again, left hand. There's the right hand. Tello walking through that. Heavy pressure from Tello on Homasi. Homasi coming forward. Tello exploding forward off the left hand. Both fighters resetting in the center circle, right to the body from Homasi. We move to the 5th and final round.
2 rounds in a row with a knockdown for Tello. I mean, Hamasi's got to get a knockdown in this round if he wants to even tie it up. One would have to think. We haven't seen the scorecard, Sean, but I mean, what a turn of events. You can just see cardio is everything in this. Hamasi might have punched himself out early in this fight. Hard not to, but look at these powerful shots by Tello. Tello wasn't throwing this hard early. Just playing a very smart, intelligent game, waiting for the right time. He found it. It's in the 3rd and 4th round. Let's see what happens in the 5th.
Through 4 rounds, split our feature fight down the middle. Dominant for Sabah Homasi in rounds 1 and 2. Dominant for Johnny Tello in rounds 3 and 4. And Tello knocking down Homasi once in round 3, once in round 4. To the 5th and final round we go. Step in left hand from Tello, now circling to the outside.
You can see who has more pep in his step is Tello. Hamasi has to get the knockdown in this round.
Big right hand from Homasi. Homasi turning up the temperature from the halftime corner. Deeper swelling in and around Homasi's right eye. Deeper swelling in and around the left eye of Johnny Tello. On the left hand. Short, effective shovel uppercuts now from Tello.
Hamasi's got to tie his opponent up. Overhook, do something, grab his head.
Right hand on the turn. Separation from Dan Rugliata. Smear of blood under Homasi's left eye. Leaping left hook in for Tello. Level change for Tello. 70 seconds remaining in our feature fight. Fight of the year candidate to this point. Left hook landed by Tello.
That's the 3rd time the mouthpiece came out.
Out. Time called by Dan Mergliata, and then squatting immediately. Sabah Homasi taking the rest anywhere he can find it. Left hand by Tello with mouthpiece in.
Homasi has got to try and get a knockdown or knock the mouthpiece out. Ooh.
Short left hand from Tello. Left hand again from Johnny Tello.
Looks like that's the fourth time the mouthpiece has fallen off for Tello.
Hand trap from Sabah Homasi. Mouthpiece in again. Homasi coming forward, long jab from Tello. Long jab from Homasi, right hand just off the mark. This fight is phenomenal. Left hook to the body from Tello. Driving pressure from Homasi. Overhook snatch by Tello. This grip up from Homasi gives the separation from Dan Mergliata.
The last chance for Homasi to get a knockdown. If he doesn't do something, he's not going to win this fight.
Stretch drive. Homasi walking through the left hook of Tello. The overhook of Sabah Homasi. Short left hands to the head. Left hook to the head from Tello. The right hand, the duck under the turn. On the right hand, that is the end of a truly phenomenal fight.
So I could not be more impressed with Tello. The way he took that first 2 rounds of a beating. It looked like this was an unfair fight, to be honest with you, Sean, but man, he turned the tide. Unreal how he got the 2 knockdowns. That was unbelievable.
Ladies and gentlemen, here in Dubai, we have all just witnessed one of the greatest fights in BKFC history. Let's have a round of applause for these amazing middleweight warriors. After a hard-fought 5 rounds, our judges at ringside scored the fight 48-45, 47-46, and 48-45 to the winner by unanimous decision, Johnny El Toro Tello!
Truly one of the greatest fights in BKFC history, and truly one of the greatest come-from-behind victories in BKFC history. Sabah Homasi in full control through 2 rounds. Johnny Tello dropping Homasi in rounds 3 and 4. In tonight's feature fight, absolutely phenomenal from both men. Phenomenal come-from-behind victory for Johnny Tello. The winner by way of unanimous decision, Johnny Tello defeats Sabah Homasi.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Get monthly BKFC events for $7.99.
This is the best show in combat sports.
Enjoy our all-new library of content, including behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare-knuckle fights from around the globe. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, only $7.99 per month. Thursday, June 4th, it's BKFC Fight Night Hollywood. In the main event, the popular bare knuckle fighting OG Julian Lane meets the rising force known as Bryce Henry. Experience versus a warrior who hasn't tasted defeat. In the co-main event, the 7-1 Gogo Slaveski looks to keep his momentum alive when he fights the relentless Johnny Tello. It's the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. Watch the raw, unfiltered combat live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
The numbers for this, our main event of the evening, are presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink. For the vacant BKFC Welterweight World title, Julian Lane versus Goran Gogo Slaveski.
And he's got both guys 5'9", 30-centimeter fist, weight almost the same. Only difference is a 2-inch reach advantage for Gogo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds for the vacant BKFC World Welterweight Championship. Presented to you by Bucked Up Energy Drink. Get bucked up. Sanctioned by the Wyoming Combat Sports Commission Executive Director Nick Meeker. The 3 judges scoring our championship main event: Steve Morrow, Ben Ramirez, Blake Grice. And the 3rd man inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Andrew Glenn. And now, with our BKFC fans watching live worldwide on DAZN from the sold-out, record-breaking Buffalo Chip here at the 85th Annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Fight fans of Sturgis, let's knuckle up! Introducing you first. Fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black and gray. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 164.8 pounds. His record inside the BKFC squared circle is perfect at 6-0. He is the former BKFC World Welterweight Champion, fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Chicago, Illinois, and Skopje, Macedonia. Here is Goyan Go Slaveski. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and gold. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 164.6 pounds. He is a true bare knuckle veteran, stepping into the squared circle for his 17th bare knuckle fight. Fighting out of Clearwater, Florida, by way of Mansfield, Ohio, Julian, let me bang Lane.
Goyan Slaveski told us, my key to victory and regaining the BKFC welterweight world title is dictating the pace and dictating the pressure. Both fighters up to scratch the bell, round number 1. Immediately forward off of scratch is the American Julian Lane. He's in the black and gold trunks.
No surprise, Gogo coming forward with hard punches already.
Black and red trunks for the Macedonian, Goyan Slaveski. Slaveski now to the inside. Short right hands, chest to chest from Julian Lane. There's the separation from Andrew Glenn. Level change from Slaveski. Lane to the inside on the right hand. Heavy driving pressure. Slaveski moving backwards to do this. Come forward off the left hand. Big left hand. Defensive duck under in the clinch for Lane. Lane to the inside in the clinch. Slaveski again to the inside, right hand, left hand. The pushback, and that's rolled a slip immediately by Andrew Glenn.
The correct call, both these guys. A lot of nervous energy. Good uppercut by Lane.
Right uppercut on the step in from Lane. 55 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our main event.
Good lateral drop.
Beautiful lateral drop. Great for folk style. Great for MMA, not great for this sport. Slip as such from Andrew Lane. Back to it. There's the left hand. That's a soft warning given to Lane on that punch by Andrew Glenn. No complaint to his credit from Slaveski. We fought on. Straight left hand from Slaveski. Slaveski on the left hand. Really a takedown from Julian Lane. 20 seconds remaining, round number 1. Tuck under from Slaveski on the underhook.
Once again, this pace is very tiring. These guys are spending a lot of energy.
Step in right hand from Lane. Lane again on the right hand. Swing and a miss to duck under, straight right hand. The bell. We are through the opening round. Once again. Austin Trout relinquished the BKFC welterweight world title to focus on fighting in the lightweight division. Thus, this belt is vacant. Thus, our main event to claim the new BKFC welterweight world titleist.
These guys are throwing hard shots.
Well, Both fighters most definitely sensing the moment. On the left hand, heavy chest to chest, the grinding pressure cheek to cheek. Slevesky again on the right hand, duck under from Lane, overhand right. Almost a side headlock position from Gorion Slevesky. Push away with Julian Lane regaining distance. Lane to the outside, taking himself backwards to have more distance. See the bounce in the step of Slevesky on the entry. Left hand, right hand, left hook. Left hand again from Slevesky.
I feel like Julian's at his best when he's trying to get off first.
Lane on the left hand. Good elusive pull from Slevesky. Shuffle step from Lane coming forward on the right hand. 60 seconds remaining, round 2. Deep mouse under the left eye of the Macedonian Gorion Slevesky. Inactive clinch, right back to it from Andrew Glenn. Left hand off the mark from Slevesky. Short right hand, duck under from Lane. Lane again showing the movement, that head movement.
Just out of the way of those punches. He's got to start following up with his own shots. Great uppercut by Gogo.
Left hand and the right hand in reply from Lane. Mouse about to pop under the left eye of Gorion Slevesky. Into the clinch once more. Lane heavy on the head. 15 seconds remaining, round 2. Slevesky lowering his stance. Letting it circling out for distance. Almost a wizard throw. Right back to it. Ruled a slip, of course, by Andrew Glenn. The end of round 2. Round 3. Hook jab to start the third round from Julian Lane. There's a conventional right hook. Now switching stances from Slevesky. Swing and a miss on the short hook from Lane. Slevesky looking for the rear left uppercut from southpaw. Level change again from Gorion Slevesky, overhead left. Duck under from Lane. Short right hand from Slevesky.
I like it when Lane was trying to get off first. He's really looking to counter this point.
Big right hand on the entry. Slevesky landing the push-off again for Lane to create space. He's been doing that effectively. Straight punches, low. And down goes Gorion Slevesky.
Good counter right hand by Lane. Let's see how hurt Gogo is. Let's see if Lane tries to jump all over him.
There's the mandatory 8 count. Given to Gorion Slevesky by referee Andrew Glenn, right back to it. No urgency, staying methodical, staying cool is Julian Lane. Big right hand from Lane.
Lane hurt him again.
Lane circling out. 45 seconds remaining, round 3. Duck under again from Lane. Slevesky trying to time those leaping entry hooks. And on the right hand, left hand. Good pull from Slevesky, eluding that right hand of Lane. Now Slevesky circling out to create distance. To the inside, left hand, and that's ruled a push. No complaint from Julian Lane. Final seconds, round number 3, and a big third round for Julian Lane, dropping Gorion Slevesky into the clinch, the underhook. We're through 3 rounds. We go to Cyrus Fees.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. I was just talking to Gogo's partner, Paula, and she said in this camp, he has been focusing about taking his head off. He is focused on getting the knockout, not making it a good fight. He wants a finish here. Maybe the personal stuff kind of got into his head because he takes that knockdown from Lane, Sean. It's interesting. He's definitely taking this fight very personal.
So, in our fighter meeting, Gorion Slevesky told Chris and myself, I don't want to force punches, but I have full belief in my power. But Chris, there was the power of Julian Lane.
Just a beautiful counter right hand and saw an opening, landing clean. Gogo did a good job of shaking off the cobwebs, got up, finished it. Lane barely landed that punch, but everything he throws, bad intentions.
Always good.
Here comes round number 4. Again to the winner. goes the BKFC Welterweight World title, vacated by Austin Trout, as he now focuses on winning the BKFC Lightweight World title. Left hand from Gorion Slaveski. Short right hand, big right hand, left hand from Lane. 1-2 right back from Slaveski. Big right hand again from Lane. Huge shots on the inside, overhand left from Slaveski.
Oh, you guys are going at it, throwing power shots the entire time. I love it.
Right hand again from Lane. Slaveski is taking some massive shots. Almost a dismissive push away on that clinch separation from Julian Lane. Inactive, you saw the wrist trap from Slaveski. 70 seconds remaining, round 4. Huge left hand.
And Lane, he didn't even go after his opponent. He just said, come right back in the middle. Let's finish this fight here.
Lane off the hook jab, not there. Slaveski resetting his feet in the center circle, lowering his stance, overhand left, right hand. Overhand left again from Gorion Slaveski. Left hand again, now Slaveski turning up the temperature. Exhale from Julian Lane, left to the body from Gorion Slaveski. Right hand, left hook. Big right hand. Momentum is shifted fully here in round 4. The burst on Lane now on Slaveski. Left hand. Hands down for Lane. Mouth open, left hand. Duck under from Gorion Slaveski, left hook. 15 seconds remaining in the 4th round. Hands on hips for Julian Lane.
What is happening here?
Action from Andrew Glenn. That was surreal. It's a side headlock position for the Macedonian Gorion Slaveski. Shot step, rear right uppercut just off the mark as we move to the 5th and final round.
Man, I mean, that knockdown has to play huge in the scoring here, but just a very tight competitive fight once again, John. Here's that right hand. Right on the nose. I mean, both these guys are tough as nails. You have to love the intensity that these guys are bringing, throwing hard shots the entire night.
You'll find it in the future. You feel it now. Okay?
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship fans, are you ready for the 5th and final
A full handshake, tremendous respect between these two outstanding fighters. Julian Lane versus Gorion Slaveski. Knockdown number 2.
Sean, that makes it, I don't think Gogo can win this fight unless he gets a knockdown.
Lane dropping Slaveski in round 3 and here in the early stages of round 5. And if this does go the distance, that is massive. Left hook off the mark. Slaveski off the canvas, deep crouch. Slaveski, deep crouch again, rolling under a left hook. Right hand, big swings in the pocket from both men. Now to the mid-range, stiff jab on the step in from Slaveski. Counter right hand by Lane. Crouch again from Gorion Slaveski. Short right hands from Julian Lane. He calls those the ice pick punches. 60 seconds remaining in our main event.
Gogo has to know he's got to get this knockdown. He's got to get this one back.
See the continual bounce in the step of Slaveski from the center circle. 45 seconds remaining in this fight. Right hook not there. Swing and a partial miss to the body from Slaveski. To the clinch, overhook. Andrew Glenn with some difficulty getting the separation now. To the stretch drive. Left uppercut entry from Slaveski. That was left on left hand. Slaveski on the left hand again, framing out.
end of the fight for Lane. He just knew he had to survive with the 2 knockdowns. Great job.
Good fight.
Here's the very beginning of that round, just a beautiful left hand that landed for Julian Lane. And then a right hand that did the final knockdown.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 championship rounds, our judges at ringside score the fight 49-44, 48-45, and 49-44 to the winner by unanimous decision. And he is your new BKFC World Welterweight Champion, Julian "Let Me Bang" Lane!
Julian Lane's BKFC record stood at 2-6, and then wins in succession versus Murat Kazgan, Yevgeny Gordonov, Alfredo Angulo, Cameron Van Camp, and tonight, the previously undefeated Gorian Slaveski, as Lane a complete career reversal and revival to become the new BKFC Welterweight World Champion.
Tonight, the path to title contention runs straight through Hollywood, Florida, as Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship returns to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for a night packed with high-stakes fights. First, the cruiserweights collide. Stephen Tomahawk Townsend brings his power, pressure, and bad intentions into a showdown with the always dangerous Mike Jones, a warrior capable of changing the course of a fight with a single punch. Then, the welterweight division takes over, with 2 fights carrying major implications in one of BKFC's deepest weight classes. Gogo Sloveski enters the co-main event with momentum on his side, but Johnny Tello arrives armed with elite striking credentials and the ability to seize control in an instant. Then, in the main event, undefeated surging star Bryce Baba Yaga Henry faces the biggest test of his career. Former welterweight champ of the world, Julian Let Me Bang Lane, who looks to storm his way back into title contention.
The 165 division is going to know after this fight, I'm coming for all the guts. Anybody with some guts, I want it.
He's a great fighter, but I'm way better. I'm going to go there and hurt him, and I'm going to try my best to make him tired.
This is BKFC Fight Night Hollywood from Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino inside Hard Rock Live. And it starts right now.
Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship is presented by Bucked Up. Feel like $1,000,000. South Florida, every year millions of visitors from around the globe come to some of the most famous beaches in the world. Place where summer never really ends and the action never slows down. Tonight, we're at the world famous Seminole Hard Rock Hotel Casino, and we always hit it big at the Big Guitar. We start in the preview, a trio of fights that more often than not set the tone for the whole night. Got some good scraps, and don't be surprised if the fight of the night don't come from the preview. See it all the time. Then this main card loaded with some of the best fighters from South Florida and around the country. Anytime the cut man G. Perez fights, instead of closing up gashes, he's got the crowd in the palm of his hand. And Steve Tomahawk Townsend in the feature against Mike Jones. There's going to be a knockout here. Either way it lands. Co-main event, former welterweight king Julian Lane is like no other when he toes the line. Always straight power and chaos. But Johnny Tello loves the aggression and drags even the best into a slugfest. This one could be a classic. And in the main event, one of the most impressive blue chip athletes in the history of the company, Bryce Henry is undefeated and makes it look easy. But is he ready to bang with Julian Lane, the former champion? That remains to be seen. Whoever wins definitely has the attention of Rico Franco and Dustin Pegg. And welcome inside Hard Rock Live. We say it all the time, it's our home away from home. We have not done a show in any place more than we have done it here in the Seminole Hard Rock. So many incredible classic moments have happened right here in Hard Rock Live, and this card has the makings to do it again. And we are on a whirlwind. We were just across the pond. Folks, this summer has been special. There it is, the Utilita Arena in Birmingham, and we have a new face of violence. Darren Till makes good on his promise, and he is a problem here or abroad. And then, folks, we crowned a new champion just 2 events ago. Jamel Herring takes home that title, and then it was Rico Franco just a few days ago becoming an interim welterweight champion. And then we look ahead. Well, tonight, the welterweights are on display. Former champion Gogo Sloveski, an absolute tank. Johnny Tello, this guy can take so much punishment and give it right back. Before the welterweights, it's going to be Steve Townsend, a knockout machine who has his eyes on Mohawk Rodriguez, but he has to contend with Mike Jones tonight. And then main event, look at that big smile. So flashy, so confident is Bryce Henry, but Julian Lane, nobody has put more work in this company than Julian Lane. You see the face-off. It's a whole lot of love, whole lot of respect, but they damn near pushed me off the stage.
These two, you don't know what you're getting. First, they're chummy. Then they're trying to knock each other off the stage. An incredible main event, and whoever gets the big win between that co-main and main could punch their ticket to a title shot. It's wide open, and that right there is very exciting. Another exciting thing, well, just at our last event, we brought in Ian Parker, betting specialist, and he made good. He made some predictions, and they almost all came through. Ian, we brought you live here to the Hard Rock Live, and what do you got for us tonight?
Cyrus, no place I would rather be to help everyone, including myself, make some money here. Last week, we were one win away from a clean sweep. Let's do it this week. Let's start off with Gutierrez as the plus 170 underdog. Tremendous reach and height advantage here. Keep the distance, get the win. Let's cash on the dog. Give me Townsville. It's a coin flip. But if you can get knocked down here and get back up and get the win, my money is on you. Over to the co-main. Give me Go-Go here. The power, the durability, the speed. The former champ, I believe, gets it done. And last but not least, in the main event, look, Julian Lane can knock anybody out, but I believe Henry is a true form blue prospect. Throw him in your parlay. I'll see you guys at the cash window. Back to you, Cyrus.
All those odds brought to you by our friends at Bet Online. If you want to lay down a little money, you saw it on the screen. It's BetBKFC.com. With that being said, we're talking main event. We're talking Bryce Henry. We're talking Julian Lane. Can Bryce Henry take the next step? Let's go down and get these fights started. Let's go to Sean Wheelock and Chris Lytle. Gentlemen, it's time to find out if Bryce Henry is the real deal.
Thank you, Cyrus. Chris, our main event set for BKFC's absolutely stacked welterweight division. Former BKFC 165-pound world champion Julian Lane versus Bryce Henry, who enters 6-0 in BKFC, all 6 of those wins by way of finish.
Yeah, Sean, you said stacked. I think that's an understatement. I think it's the best division in all BKFC and 2 of our best. Bryce Henry hasn't been tested yet, hasn't really been hit hard. Julian Lane is the guy to do that. This is a distance fight. If Lane can get inside, letting those power shots, it can be a tough night. But Henry's been so good at staying outside, staying elusive. He's been so good. This is an intriguing matchup. I can't wait to see it.
Alp Nicotine Pouches presents the unified rules of bare knuckle fighting, administered this evening by the Florida Athletic Commission. Punching in the active clinch is allowed. All kicks, knees, and elbows are illegal, as are all takedowns and submissions. We open tonight at Hard Rock Live with a fight in the welterweight division. Adiam de Villafuerte versus Brian Klebb. Our tale of the tape is presented by Fucked Up Energy Drink.
All right, Sean Davey, right there, 2 inches shorter, but a 1-inch reach advantage. That's not that much for this weight class. No advantage, very similar for the tail of the tape.
Brian Klebb now set for his BKFC and Pro Combat Sports debut. He has had 4 amateur kickboxing matches, 2 in amateur boxing, 1 is an AMI in MMA. In our fighter meeting, Brian Klebb told us, I'm going to come forward and brawl. I cannot get stuck on the outside. Klebb said, I am definitely willing to take punches to land my own.
Intriguing interview with this guy, Sean. 20 years a drug addict, 5 years sober. When he started training, wants to come out fast start, get into the pocket, land hard shots, wants to really land that hard right.
Klebb told us big overhand rights. I want to be extremely active, Klebb told us, with my right hand throughout this fight.
Definitely knows his opponent is a good counter puncher, has to get in and be first.
This is the BKFC and Pro Combat Sports debut for Adiam de Villafuerte. De Villafuerte has had 8 amateur boxing bouts. De Villafuerte told us in our fighter meeting, I'm going to use excellent forward movement. I will come forward off of slips and rolls. De Villafuerte is naturally right-handed. He said, however, I will mainly fight in southpaw.
He understands that his opponent is a brawler, and he feels like taking that away is important. However, he will brawl. He just does it on his terms at his time when he wants to.
De Villafuerte also said active feints, straight lefts, left hooks. De Villafuerte told us with a smile on his face in our fighter meeting, I'm naturally a brawler, but I am really focused on using clean technique.
He feels like his opponent doesn't have the footwork or the speed to keep up with him. He's going to display that tonight by being a superior athlete.
BKFC Fight Night Hollywood. To get our evening started, we send it to the always outstanding Jeff Houston.
Hello, 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 Hollywood! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our favorite place to start a fight here in South Florida, Hard Rock Live. And welcome one and all watching live worldwide on the BKFC app for the most violent 2 minutes in combat sports. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BKFC Fight Night! We are set for our opening fight of the night, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the BKFC Welterweight division. Presented to you by Bucked Up. Feel like $1 million. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 164.8 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Miami, Florida. Here is Brian the Hammer Clay. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears blue and black. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, 164.6 pounds. Tonight, he toes the line inside the BKFC squared circle for the very first time. Also fighting out of Miami, Florida, here is Adiam Pulga de Villafuerte. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Brian Klebb told us I have to make this an inside fight, and on the inside I will target the body of Adiam de Villafuerte. Round number 1. Black trunks for Brian Klebb, trying to come forward, in and out. Black and blue trunks, Adiam de Villafuerte. Left hook from de Villafuerte, left hand again. That was straight from southpaw.
And Klebb having trouble getting any punches off those 4.
Stiff jab from southpaw with the right hand from Adiam de Villafuerte. Overhand right not there from Klebb, but still he comes forward. Into the half-tie pump goes de Villafuerte. Big right hand, left hand. To the canvas goes Brian Klebb. Ruled as a slip by Andrew Glenn. Right back to it. 125 remaining, round number 1, scheduled for 3 in the welterweight division. Heavy on the hand and neck now, heavy right hand. Klebb hitting his chest along the ring ropes, resetting hands high and tight. There's the jab right hook to the body from Brian Klebb.
De Villafuerte having the advantage, but he's still deciding to get inside and mix it up, making it dangerous.
Klebb all the way to the outside. He is cut on his forehead. Big right uppercut, left hand, another right uppercut into the canvas goes Brian Klebb.
And you can see those punches in the forehead doing a lot of damage, cutting his opponent open.
Let me see your hand.
Here's the assessment given to Klebb by referee Andrew Glenn. Right back to it, 40 seconds remaining, round number 1. Leaping jab on the turn from de Villafuerte. That was slick. He did that from ortho, resettles back in southpaw. Again, de Villafuerte, naturally right-handed. He told us, I prefer southpaw, I will switch, as we just saw in that last sequence. From the half-time club goes de Villafuerte, left hook. Klebb resetting from the outside of the ring, exploding in from orthodox, and then resetting back to southpaw. Adiam de Villafuerte, and time called by referee Andrew Glenn. This is a medical timeout.
You can see a lot of blood. The head is very vascular, though. Probably not a bad cut, but we'll see.
There's Dr. Don Mootsie. He's the chief medical officer of BKFC. No nonsense from Dr. Mootsie. Right back to it. Final seconds, round number 1. Feint step from Brian Klebb. There's the bell.
They're going to have the men to stop that. The blood out of his eyes. But I mean, Cleb, he has to figure out a way to get inside. Use head movement, push off that back foot, close the gap. He can't stand right in his opponent's range and take those shots. This is a boxing, you don't have a glove. Head movement is important, and if not, you have to get inside. You can't just stand in somebody else's range and eat shots. See some of the inside work that led to the knockdown. Just clean shots. Some of them not so clean. A lot of missing. You see just a little cut. Face shot, very vascular. Doesn't take a bad cut to get a lot of blood.
Cut man extraordinaire. Pat McPherson in the corner of Brian Klebb. Andrew Glenn calling both fighters up to scratch. Set for round number 2. Pro debut, BKFC debut for both Adiam de Villafuerte and Brian Klebb. Immediately forward off from scratch as he did to start round number 1, Brian Klebb, and there's the turn.
Ooh, Klebb come with a hard shot.
Left hook from De Villafuerte, overhand right. Klebb dipping his head, coming forward aggressively is Brian Klebb. Against the ring ropes, De Villafuerte, against the ring ropes, Brian Klebb. Feint step from De Villafuerte.
And Klebb just waiting for his opponent to come in and counter. He needs to try and get off first.
Villafuerte resetting to the mid-range. Overhand right entry from Brian Klebb. Driving pressure to the canvas goes Klebb. That's ruled as a slip by Andrew Glenn, correctly so.
I like what Klebb, he's trying to get inside this point, but the opponent just pushed him down. That was smart.
See the feints from De Villafuerte. High and tight is the striking guard. Brian Klebb to the mid-range. Right uppercut, counter right hand from Klebb after De Villafuerte landed. Left hand on the entry from Adiam De Villafuerte.
De Villafuerte's looking very good. Moving, not taking damage.
Heavy pressure again from Brian Klebb, but landing with his back against the ropes and landing the right hand. Adiam De Villafuerte produces the second knockdown of Brian Klebb in this fight. Mandatory 8, given to Klebb by Andrew Glenn. There's the assessment from Andrew Glenn. Right back to it, 35 seconds remaining, round number 2. De Villafuerte has dropped Klebb once in round 1. Once, make it twice here in round number 2. That is the fight, and that is the victory in his BKFC debut for Adiam De Villafuerte.
Andy Glenn had seen enough one-sided traffic. De Villafuerte looked phenomenal in his first fight.
Go ahead, Michael. Go do your present. Yeah. All right. How you feel right now?
Full credit to Brian Klebb at 48 years old, making his pro combat sports debut, showing his toughness. And full credit indeed to the victor, 44-year-old Adiam De Villafuerte in his BKFC debut. Doing an outstanding job handling that forward pressure continually from Brian Klebb. Slick with his turns, the naturally right-handed fighter in southpaw, landing heavy on the lead hand, clever turns, fast speed throughout. Adiam De Villafuerte now 1-0 in the BKFC.
And De Villafuerte talked about being an athlete, Sean, and sometimes it's not just the age, it's the mileage. He still looked pretty fresh, he moved very well. I was very impressed with his performance.
Brian Klebb told us, I'm going to come forward and brawl, and indeed he did. But Adiam De Villafuerte, who talked to us about movement, slips and rolls, changing stances, did all of that, showing his class and showing his composure in victory.
And look, unscathed. Looks like he'll probably be ready to fight next week. You gotta like that nice moment, nothing but love and respect for these fighters between each other.
Class in victory for Adiam De Villafuerte and class in defeat for Brian Klebb. Two Miami-based fighters going all out, our opening bout of the night. Fight 1 of 12, BKFC Fight Night Hollywood here at Hard Rock Live in South Florida. Scan the QR code on your screen. You can also go online to BKFC.com. That is how you can watch our main cards. We are live tonight at one of our home bases of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, the sold-out Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 1 minute 36 seconds, round number 2. For your winner by TKO, Adiam Pulga de Villafuerte.
Great performance for David Fuerte. He showed he can do it inside, outside. Looked good all over the place. Looked very confident for a guy in his first BKFC fight.
Brian Klebb fast off of scratch in round number 1. Fast off of scratch in round number 2. Adiam de Villafuerte keeping his composure, dropping Klebb once in round number 1. And then Adiam de Villafuerte dropping Brian Klebb twice in round number 2. The winner, by way of second round technical knockout, Adiam de Villafuerte defeats Brian Klebb.
Want to wear the same gear your favorite fighters wear? You can do that at BareKnuckleShop.com. From sweatshirts to t-shirts, hats, and everything in between. With fits and looks for everyone. You'll also score exclusive items and limited drops you won't find anywhere else. And right now is the time to buy. Knuckle up and save at BareKnuckleShop.com.
Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. 'Cause I be on the way. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah, I'm on the way. I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah, on the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
And we are live and in living color here in Hollywood, Florida. BKFC Fight Night Hollywood, brought to you by Bucked Up, Fubo TV, Ball Boys, and Forged Irish Stout. And now, your next Tale of the Tape.
To the lightweight division we go. Our tale of the tape is presented by Alp Nicotine Pouches for Rohan Prado versus Carlo Ricci.
All right, Sean Prado, 6 foot tall. His opponent only 5'9". However, the exact same reach. Fairly similar tail of the tape here.
The Venezuelan, Carlo Ricci, now set for his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut. Ricci has had 8 pro MMA bouts, 3 is a professional in boxing. Ricci told us in our fighter meeting, I will continually mix intelligence with aggression, active footwork, keep changing speed on my jab.
Not only that, he wants to get a clinch, move, punch. Feels like he's going to be more adaptable in this fight than his opponent.
Carlo Ricci told us, I believe that my primary advantage over my opponent in this lightweight bout, Rohan Prado, is my ability to adapt as the fight progresses. Ricci gave us our quote of the week in our fighter meetings across all 24 fighters. He said, my jab, we will write with it, and I will sign with my cross.
I love that. He said his style of fighting, more Mexican style, which means very aggressive, very smart, yet very calm.
Rohan Prado made his BKFC debut March 2024. He defeated Ray Pell by first-round TKO.
And I love it, right from the beginning. Boom, jumping off the line, coming inside. Proving he can do it inside. He later proved he can do it outside. Good reach, good range. He just wants to do damage. Comes in the entire time, throwing hard punches, looking to knock him out every time. That's what he said he's doing tonight. Coming out, trying to get a quick, fast knockout. Bringing the heat. You're going to notice immediately this guy comes to finish.
Rohan Prado winner is 1-0 in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. He is 1-0 in pro boxing. Prado told us, I'm going to be very explosive and very reactive throughout this fight. I will be throwing straight punches and big uppercuts as I move forward.
He wants to pressure his opponent. He wants to be a sniper, very accurate and really focused on his defense tonight.
Prado said, my defense will primarily come from excellent footwork. I will be fast and aggressive with my counter punches and with my face.
And he wants to bait his opponent in by throwing face, making him react, showing he's going for a first round knockout, no doubt.
Prado said, I believe that Carlo Ricci will really struggle with my explosiveness. Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for our next fight of the night here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the BKFC lightweight division, presented to you by Alp Nicotine Pouches. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, an even 154 pounds. He holds an MMA record of 8 fights, a pro boxing record standing at 3 fights, and tonight makes his BKFC debut. Fighting out of Caracas, Venezuela, here is Carlo El Bambino Ricci. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears olive green trimmed in orange and white. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 154.2 pounds. His BKFC record stands at 1-0. Fighting out of Hialeah, Florida, here is Rohan Headline Row Prado. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
Rohan Prado told us, I believe Carlo Ricci will try to sit back and be patient early. Prado said, I have to bait him in and then fully utilize my speed. Round number 1. Fast and forward off of scratch with the right hand. Is Carlo Ricci, the Venezuelan. He is in the black trunks, green trunks for the Floridian, Rohan Prado. Prado, as you see in southpaw, orthodox and heavy on the entry comes Carlo Ricci. Ricci on the right hand. There's the separation from Chris Young. Right back to it. Level change, hard entry again from Ricci.
Ricci doing what he said, trying to get into the clinch, push his opponent around, making it a rough fight.
You saw the S grip from Ricci actually elevated Prado, again heavy to the inside. Chris Young just telling Carlo Ricci you cannot pick him up. The level change, you can clinch, that's legal. You can land a big right hand and that's legal, and that's what Ricci does to drop Rohan Prado.
And Prado is not expecting that shot, expecting his opponent to come in and get to the clinch. Oh no, mixing it up.
Exploding forward after recording the knockdown is Carlo Ricci.
Ricci is expending a lot of energy in this round.
45 seconds remaining, round number 1, scheduled for 3 in the lightweight division. Waist 6 held by Carlo Ricci. Ricci has been heavy in the clinch thus far in the fight. Prado resetting on the outside.
And Prado wants to land that straight left, step outside. That's a perfect shot.
There's the left hand. Carlo Ricci is cutting his hairline again. There's that heavy level change in the overhand right.
Good right hand by Ricci in that clinch.
Low to high for Carlo Ricci. 15 seconds remaining, round number 1. A round number 1 in which Carlo Ricci has knocked down Rohan Prado. Left hand, short left hand on the counter from Rohan Prado. Now heavy to the inside comes Carlo Ricci. Prado on the back foot to the bell. We go to round 2.
And that was an amazing round. Looked like Prado landed a lot of good shots, but it didn't matter. That one punch that Ricci landed got the knockdown. That's all you need to win that round. See, just a clean right hand right on the chin. Beautiful shot.
switching up. The uppercut was beautiful.
Just see from a different angle coming in, ducking the right hand.
Keep the feints going.
Right on the button.
That's the only time he's hitting you when you're in the clinch. Keep that feint jab now. When you're ducking under, don't throw the two to the head. You're gonna hit your hand. Lift them up. It was beautiful. He did. Throw one upstairs, switch it up upper, and then turn. Don't let him grab you.
Every time he comes to you, he ducking, bro. Hit that nigga, bro. Hit him with that uppercut, bro.
Let's go, fellas. Let's go.
Good advice in the corner saying, watch the clinch. That's the only time you're getting hit. Tie up, get out. You don't need to be in that position.
Rohan Prado first up to scratch, cut under his left eye. Now up his scratch. The Venezuelan Carlo Ricci cut in his hairline. And Ricci starts round number 2 exactly how he started round number 1. Forward off of the overhand right. Heavy into the clinch comes Carlo Ricci. Reset from Rohan Prado.
Prado has got to catch Ricci coming in. Throw the uppercut left, straight left. He knows he's coming. It's got to be about time.
Explosion again. Good turn. You see the effective framing from Rohan Prado. Half tie plum defensively from Carlo Ricci. Gets the separation from Chris Young.
Ricci just ducking the head coming in. It's that left uppercut that Prado needs to start throwing. As he
position held by Rohan Prado gets the separation from Young. Relentless is Carlo Ricci back to the inside. From the half tie plum goes Ricci. Chris Young being put to work in this lightweight bout. 1:15 remaining, round 2. Entry right hand again from Carlo Ricci. Chris, he is finding that punch.
Yeah, but he got hit with an uppercut on the right uppercut on the inside by Prado.
Prado continues to land against the forward pressure of Carlo Ricci, and undeterred, Ricci continues with that explosive forward pressure. Now the turn out from Rohan Prado. Ricci with his back against the ring ropes.
Prado has either got to get off first or counter with the uppercut, one of the two.
To the mid-range, high and tight, striking guard Rohan Prado again. There's that step in, too, from orthodox from Carlo Ricci. Left to the body on the turn. Feint on the level change from Ricci. Ricci again, dipping his head, dipping his shoulder forward into the chest, almost as though he's shooting a single. On the left hand, big left hand on the inside. Prado landing effectively from mid-range.
Ricci was hurt for a second, Sean.
Ricci trying to come forward through those punches. Prado starting to find his timing. There's the 10-second clock, closing seconds, round number 2.
But smart by Ricci by tying up. He was hurt badly.
Right hand from Prado. The bounce in his step from center circle as we move to the 3rd and final round.
Like you said, Prado really starting to find his timing. He's starting to land some good shots. Ricci just that relentless pressure coming forward.
Beautiful. You don't want to stand and bang, bro. You do not want to stand and bang.
Step back, beautiful. Uppercut, beautiful. Don't throw him over there and left. Double. He's working for that. Straight stick, strong stick. Let me see it from you. Then you load up with that uppercut and run it. He's going up here. He says, shoot your body. You see it open. His elbows are right up here. He's worried about the head now. Fuck him up everywhere. Up the middle.
Sean, because of that early knockdown, this fight could definitely be 1 round apiece with a score advantage for Ricci, though. But that means if Prado wins this fight, this round, it could be a draw.
Rohan Prado told us in our fighter meeting, I think Carlo Ricci early will sit back. He'll try to be patient, try to draw me in. That so far has not been the case. 3 for 3 off of scratch to start rounds 1, 2, and now 3. Carlo Ricci exploding forward on the right, and there's the 1-2 in the overhand left from Prado. Ricci to the mid-range right hand. Good turnout, then he stiff too. The left hand from southpaw from Rohan Prado.
Prado not trying to make this just a round he wins. He wants to get a knockdown.
1 knockdown thus far in this fight. Carlo Ricci dropping Rohan Prado in round number 1. 1 knockdown is big in a 5-round fight. It's massive in a 3-round fight, which is what we have here at 155 pounds. Right back to it from Chris Young. 125 remaining 3rd and final round. There's that naked 2 again from Rohan Prado. Ricci looking for the entry. There's the 2 to the body that time from Rohan Prado.
I like the body shot. That'll make his opponent drop his hands.
1-2 from Rohan Prado. Ricci again. Walking through those punches to the inside. Double underhooks from Rohan Prado. 60 seconds remaining in this fight. Both fighters continue to have their moments. Prado from long in the mid-range. Ricci from the pocket in the clinch. Hall of Knuckle up from Chris Young. Walking forward, open-chested, the Venezuelan Carlo Ricci. Ricci from the half-tie plug. Good left hand from the American from Florida, Rohan Prado. Prado again on the long jab, 1-2.
Prado just looking to touch his opponent. You can just see Ricci wanting to throw big power shots.
Get into the clinch. Short right hand from Carlo Ricci. Stretch drive now of this really entertaining lightweight fight. Level change again from Carlo Ricci. There's the turn effectively from Rohan Prado. Almost a side headlock position held by Ricci. Effective shoulder bump from Prado. Trying to create space. Left hook just before the bell. That ends a really entertaining fight.
Interesting to see how the judges score this one. I could definitely see this one being a draw, but you never know, Sean. Split decision draw.
Chris, I am not saying that this is my scorecard. I'm saying this is a potential scorecard. What we know for sure, the Florida judges are outstanding. So Carlo Ricci dropping Rohan Prado in round number 1. That's definitive 10-8. If Prado wins rounds 2 and 3, we're at 28-28. That's a draw.
That's what I'm saying. Ricci, one of the guys who came to the tryouts not that long ago here in Miami. I think actually got in and did a round with him, sparred a little bit. He was one of the guys I thought was going to be very good, very tough, and he proved me right once again. I'm pretty good at this stuff, Sean. What do you think?
I would absolutely endorse that, Chris. Rohan Prado entering 1-0 in BKFC. Carlo Ricci, just the second Venezuelan, the first Jim Bulgar in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in his BKFC debut with this bout. Start of all 3 rounds, Carlo Ricci exploding forward off of scratch with that overhand right. Again, when it was long and mid-range, the fight belonged to Rohan Prado. When it was pocket and clinch, the fight belonged to Carlo Ricci. Ricci recording the lone knockdown of this fight, dropping Rohan Prado in round number 1.
And what you said earlier, Sean, a knockdown is huge in a 5-round fight. It's almost everything in a 3-round fight. All Ricci needed to do was win one of those next 2 rounds on the judges' scorecard. He gets the victory. We shall see.
Chris, as you and I always talk about on our BKFC broadcast, an inordinate delay, usually, not always, but usually we're at about 95% on this means something other than a unanimous decision. We have had an inordinate delay. Here we go with Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these 2 lightweight warriors. After completing the scheduled 3 rounds, our judges at ringside are all in agreement at 28-28. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is ruled a unanimous draw.
Sean, I feel that was the right call. Both guys did fantastic. However, the first knockdown Ricci got definitely made this what I thought a draw. Both guys looked really good in their debut. Well, once debut.
To sort through the math, so 10-8 from the 3 Florida judges in round number 1. That is because Carlo Ricci dropped Rohan Prado. Then the 3 Florida judges going 10-9 in rounds 2 and 3 for Rohan Prado. Both fighters effective from their preferred ranges. Ricci on the inside, Prado on the outside. Both fighters having their moments throughout. In the lightweight division, Rohan Prado and Carlo Ricci fight to a unanimous draw.
Friday, June 19th, Nashville becomes Bashville. It's the debut of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in Tennessee. Watch Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship OG Tony Loco Soto fight JC De Leon, a warrior hungry to build his name at Loco's expense. Plus, see rising sensation, the leader of the Rivera era, Nate Rivera, throw down bare knuckle style with the always ready Trey Martin. Watch the world's most exciting combat sport live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com. Friday, June 26th, the world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship returns with another night of action you have to see to believe. In the main event, Cameron Jumpman Van Camp faces the explosive Gregoras Cisneros in a showdown built for violence. In the co-main event, destruction takes center stage when the boogeyman Arnold Boomaye Adams collides with Steve Panda Banks in an all-out battle for heavyweight supremacy. Watch it all live on the BKFC app. Download it at bkfc.com.
Forged Irish Stout brings you our tale of the tape for this bout in the heavyweight division. Brandon Alfano versus Alexander Govea.
And Govea, look at that height advantage, 5'9" to 6'7". However, only a 6-inch reach. That is significant. He needs to stay long, stay outside. Make Alfano try to pay for coming inside to land those power shots.
This is the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship and Pro Combat Sports debut for Alexander Govea. Govea has had 4 as an amateur in bare knuckle, 1 as an amateur in boxing. Alexander Govea told us that he is dedicating this fight to his late father, David Govea. Alexander Govea also told us in our fighter meeting, I want to establish distance quickly. Govea 6'7" to the 5'9" of his heavyweight opponent, Brandon Alfano. Govea said, I want to be elusive from distance. I want to be measured. I want to be active with my feints.
He's going to download information earlier, see the weaknesses. He really wants to utilize that jab, land the 2, and then throw the uppercut as his opponent comes in.
Alexander Govea also said, I will keep changing angles. Govea told us, make no mistake, fully utilizing my reach advantage is my key to victory.
Feels like he's very durable, but the main thing, he's got to make sure he dictates the pace in this fight. He cannot let his opponent do that.
Brandon Alfano now set for his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut. Alfano is 3-0 in pro boxing. Alfano told us, I'm going to immediately work to the inside, off of angles and excellent footwork, pocket rather than clinch, hard overhands, big lead left uppercuts.
Utilizing head movement, keeping the head off the center line. He feels like this is about utilizing his time and his speed, finding those openings, constantly adjusting during this fight.
Alfano said, my primary focus is to establish myself on the inside. I believe Alfano said that I will take away Alexander Govea's punching power by getting inside of that power.
And as he gets inside, he really wants to work the body. He knows his opponent might try and clinch and grab him once he's inside. He's still working the body. Get in there, make his opponent drop those hands, and he can get the knockout.
Back to the ring at Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the BKFC Heavyweight Division. Presented to you by Forged Irish Stout. Not here to take part, here to take over. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner, tonight he wears black. He stands 6 feet 7 inches tall. His official weight, an even 248 pounds. Tonight, he makes his BKFC debut, fighting out of San Fernando Valley, California, by way of Winchester, Virginia. Here is Alexander the Ghost Govea. And And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and white. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, an even 249 pounds. He holds an undefeated pro boxing record at 3-0, and tonight toes the line for the very first time. Fighting out of Oakland Park, Florida, here is Brendan Rhino Alfano. And our referee in charge of the action, Sam Burgos.
Alexander Gouveia said, I know that my opponent, Brendan Alfano, will continually come to the inside. I have to protect my body. I think that's where he is throwing. Round number 1, but to the head on the big right hand. Goes Brendan Alfano. He's in the black and white trunks. Black trunks for Alexander Gouveia.
Alfano doing what he does best, moving, getting inside, throwing hard shots.
There's the counter right hand from the 6'7" Alexander Gouveia. And forward to the inside comes the 5'9" Brendan Alfano. Guillotine position, almost a standing guillotine with the squeeze from Gouveia. Right back to it from referee Sam Burgos. Right back to the long jab from Alexander Gouveia. Hard right hand on the turnover from
That's
Brendan
all she wrote, Sean.
We are done. Welcome to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, Brendan Alfano.
John, I sparred with this character in the tryouts. I knew what he had. Great knockout power, great timing is the thing that I really noticed. Man, this guy can hit. Okay. Man, this guy brings the heat the entire time. He knows he has to get inside. Check, got in there, land those powerful shots. Ooh, he hits hard, and he's fast.
Brendan Alfano just celebrating with his trainer, Ada Velez, the former IBF Women's Super Bantamweight World Champion. Brendan Alfano, 3-0 in pro boxing and now 1-0 with emphasis in BKFC.
Just a nice, nasty right hand. Distance, timing, he knew he just had to get in position, believed in his power, you can see why. I believe in it too, Sean.
Both fighters were adamant in their respective and independent fighter meetings. Gouveia said, I have to make this an outside fight. Alfano said, I have to make this an inside fight. David Feldman, our founder and CEO of BKFC, showing his appreciation for the inside fight that was made by Brendan Alfano, beautifully turning over that right hand to the head of Alexander Gouveia for the victory. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge of the action, Sam Burgos, steps in calling a stop to the fight at 36 seconds, round number 1. For your winner by KO, Brendan Rhino Alfano.
All right, I'm here with your winner. I saw you at the trials. You look fantastic there. Is this everything you thought it'd be when you came over to Bare Knuckle?
Oh yeah, nobody can take my power, baby. Nobody can take my power.
It looked like the gameplay coming in, get inside, unload power. Was that the game plan?
Yes, sir. I got to get past his long reach, got to get inside. I know he wasn't going to be able to handle that shit.
You have any message for the other heavyweights in this division?
Oh, I just made one right there. That's my message right there. You guys know what I want one day.
All right.
You know what I want one day.
Congratulations. Can't wait to see you fight again.
In our fighter meeting, Brendan Alfano was humble, he was soft-spoken, and he was articulate. In this, his BKFC debut, he was relentless pressure with power and accuracy. Alfano wanted an inside fight. He worked to the inside, landed that beautiful right hand, and that is it.
Sean, I talked to David Feldman. He said he talked with Conor McGregor. Once again, knockout bonuses for everybody who gets a knockout tonight. Let's go.
The winner by way of first round KO, Brandon Alfano defeats Alexander Gouveia.
Want to wear the same gear your favorite fighters wear? You can do that at bareknuckleshop.com. From sweatshirts to t-shirts, hats, and everything in between. With fits and looks for everyone. You'll also score exclusive items and limited drops you won't find anywhere else. And right now is the time to buy. Knuckle up and save at bareknuckleshop.com.
Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. 'Cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah. On the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
To the light heavyweight division we go. Leonardo Akanda versus James Rodriguez. The numbers presented by Bucked Up Energy Drink.
Very similar here. 1 inch height difference for Rodriguez. Okay, a few inches reach, 2.5. That's not that much for this weight class. Looking forward to this fight.
James Rodriguez enters 1-0 in BKFC. He's had 6 pro boxing matches, 2 as a professional in mixed martial arts. Rodriguez told us, I'm going to work to the mid-range and establish counter-striking, use my agility, use my athleticism.
Feels like he's faster, he's smarter, he has good defense, good eyes. He's got to showcase those in this fight.
Rodriguez also said, I will flow off of the jab. I will land power punches with both hands. Rodriguez said, my key is to be explosive, but never reckless.
Wants to make sure, just very fundamental. Make it miss, make it pay, be very